bring in the new era of the United States of America. Navy Yard, Washington. Chaos will bring in the new era of the United States of America. Navy Yard, Washington, D.C. We've got punks out there saying that only through anti-government disruption will we see a change that is positive for the very few that want the complete system downfall and reset to happen inside of our country. As soon as this news broke, we started to see people say that everything is orchestrated by the government. There's a belief system that there are people out there who want a downfall of the United States of America. Here's just one of those videos that I showed you or talked about the other day in which people are showing themselves looting. Sometimes they're capturing other people looting, loading up their carts and walking out of the stores.
Ain't no way. Yeah. Hey, look at this. Bro.
Now, what you just saw was loss prevention. Now, he's not supposed to put hands on anything. They're supposed to be allowed to, if they can, potentially just touch the cart. If the person pulls back on it, then they have to give up on it.
Bro.
But people are just starting to load up their carts and walk out. Now, here's a message to all heroes out there. Do not get involved. Let this play out exactly how it needs to. We will see the judicial system really take off here. Dangerous radiation levels detected in California, and they're not telling anyone about it. Health officials are asking the U.S. Navy, why were the people not warned about elevated radiation levels detected? What happened? Why were plutonium levels? Now, plutonium is one of those, I believe it's like a 40,000 year half-life, okay? So that means it degrades so slowly, causing genetic shifting damage, that it's going to take 40,000 years for it to realistically change to an effect that it will not negatively impact human health. So why weren't the people of this country warned that we were detecting massive layers above what is considered safe?
When you shop in the Bonds app, you can count on us to choose fresh produce, guaranteed.
Just got paid and noticed all my taxes were still the same. But if the government shut down and no one's getting any benefits for anything, where's my money going? What are they doing with it? If I decide to stop working, the money doesn't just flow in still. I think if the government decides to shut down, then the American taxpayers should receive some type of refund for the length of period that the government will shut down.
Could you imagine for a moment if your taxes went out of your paycheck when the government shuts down? So suddenly you're making, 10, 12, 25% more on your next paycheck? Everybody in this country would shut the government down tomorrow. And then there would be an actual accountable level of taxation or a level of available funds made to things that actually matter for you, the people. People would shut down this country overnight. A National Guardsman, traitorous allegations, sending photos of sensitive U.S. military technology to Russia. He was going to try to steal a helicopter radio and send it over to the Russian military. Grocery prices are continuing to increase. The cost of food is putting pressure on households across our country.
So I'm just going to say what everyone is thinking. I don't care that you're losing your food stamps. I don't care that you're losing your free medical. I don't care that you are losing your free housing. Now y'all are just getting a taste of what every other person is going through. I should not have to pay to feed you and your 9 children. I'll be the selfish one. My kid comes first in my eyes, not you.
Now, that is something that needs to change inside of this country. We need to see a real representation of cost of living. So, yes, if your cost of living hasn't really changed, doesn't really matter to you, you haven't had to make cutbacks, you haven't had to do anything, you should get taxed less, or you should have to pay less. You should be able to have access to more of your own funds. Everybody's tax money that they've paid to the government should first go back to making them solid and healthy before it helps anyone else. It is time for that sort of selfish behavior. November 3rd, they're calling for a stampede at Walmart.
Hey, yo, quit panicking, man. November 3rd, stamps will be getting cut off.
Now, regardless, the stampede is continuing to be called for. Go out and steal, go out and take.
Everybody to meet me at Walmart, 6:30, 7 o'clock, 7:30. You walking out that thing, feel you?
Now, you must be talking PM because the rioters do not get up at the break of dawn. This is a video of DHS agents and immigration officials rammed by the occupants of a car. Things are getting pretty violent for immigration enforcement out there. You see mobs of people getting together. This is reportedly a video of a mom chastising the new SNAP changes in which you can't buy certain junk foods or you're not allotted to buy them. So grocery chains have made them unavailable. She has to put back everything except what? Meat, vegetables, fruit juice, fruit, the things that actually matter. Now, here's what they're not saying. These people can still go use SNAP to buy as much flour, sugar, yeast, brown sugar, powdered sugar, filling that they want. They just can't buy soda, potato chips, and candy all day long. But they can make their own cake. They can make their own Oreo cookies. They can make their own whatever they want, because then at least they're learning a skill instead of just being a leech on an already corrupt system.
I work 60 to 80 hours a week, and I come home and next to a vehicle with seat, paraphernalia in the seat.
I tried to get him before I knew what he was doing. He was going to go on a curse bomb here. I tried to get him there, but this is the people of Portland and the people of Washington State. They are all beginning to rise up against what has been allowed to happen inside of this country, and that is that rampant drug use has been allowed. We are seeing now a change.
And I'm telling our pay to say.
Our meeting today with the Chinese defense minister. I understand that the topic of Taiwan came up. Could you comment on how you feel about the issue of Taiwan in relation to U.S.-China?
Well, as I said to Admiral Dong as well, our position on Taiwan remains unchanged. And President Trump has said that as well. But the conversation was constructive. It was candid. I think it's important, military to military, that we have that relationship, and the tone was set at the top.
We're going to be talking
This week, we're hosting a free trading and investing workshop right here in Irvine. Inside this workshop, you'll learn that you don't need.
The problem is you have an extremely corrupt program, but up until this administration and with President Trump's direct focus on this and making sure every taxpayer dollar is spent appropriately, we've never really had the opportunity to dig in. So we're going to be talking a lot more about SNAP reform. We've got a lot of people.
Now, this is exactly what I told you 3 weeks ago, as soon as this whole kerfluffle started happening. They were going to use this as the original, the OG shock and awe. Oh yeah, we're taking your SNAP away, and then magically somebody saves the day. But the shock and awe was that the people of the country would get angry, and Stephen Miller said it himself. Chaos is the agent of change. And so they throw these things out at you first. And everybody's like, oh no, you can't do that. They get emotionally invested. They say, hold on, we're just going to reform it. They bring it back out to you, and nobody even cares. So there's going to be probably a knocking off of 60% of the people off of these programs.
Listening now, which is very, very helpful, and to take that program back to its original intent of helping those who are truly needy in our communities.
I'm gonna close it on my bitches.
This is somebody showing off their haul, reportedly, their haul of SNAP benefits, loading their cupboards up with every kind of pre-made good you can think of. You've got the marshmallows, the goldfish, the muffins, the powdered sugar donuts, the cream pies, the snack packs, the Cheez-Its. You've got the Takis, the Sprite, the Hostess, the Kool-Aid, the well, the ramen's a good choice. The Cinnamon Toast Crunch. This is exactly the kind of abuse that we need to get rid of.
Today I want to speak plainly for myself. As a veteran and a soldier who serves under President Trump's leadership, I have experienced the promise of peace. His vision is about delivering real wins, not just for America, but for our collective cause.
What Gabbard is doing here is a rendition of a wartime speech. They're getting the entire country and the world ready. The United States of America is no longer the little be-all that it has been for years. There is only one path forward. The USA will either dominate or it will die. And so they're getting ready for a wartime. How many times have they said it now? A wartime president, a wartime administration, a wartime economy, a wartime industrialization. They're telling you before it happens. So folks, you're watching Full Spectrum Survival on YouTube. I do the doom scrolling so you don't have to. We make sure that we have this information out so that you can be prepared for what happens next. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the hype button if you see it down there somewhere. Let other people know that this is what they need to be watching out for. From my family to yours, you the people, stay safe.
In a world overwhelmed by complexity, investigators face a daunting challenge: surging crime rates, endless streams of digital evidence,